the Air Force just admitted something that will shock you. After years of secrecy surrounding the SR-72 Darkstar project, internal documents and official statements have revealed the real reason this Mach 6 hypersonic aircraft remains grounded. We're talking about a machine that could fly twice as fast as the legendary SR-71 Blackbird, travel from New York to Los Angeles in 30 minutes, and outrun any missile on Earth. The USAF has spent over a decade developing this game-changing aircraft with Lockheed Martin, solving impossible engineering challenges like materials that survive 1,000-degree heat and engines that work from 0 to Mach 6. But buried in official reports and budget documents, the Air Force has finally revealed the one massive problem that's bringing this $335 million project to its knees. And what they're saying will determine whether America maintains its edge in the skies or falls behind our enemies forever. The moment you look at what the Air Force is dealing with today, their desperate need for the SR-72 becomes crystal clear. Our brave servicemen and women face increasingly sophisticated threats, and they deserve every technological advantage American ingenuity can provide. The Air Force has been completely transparent about this. They've officially stated that the SR-72 is central to their long-term hypersonic roadmap with a target operational date around 2030. If you believe America should lead the world in military technology, type yes in the comments below. But here's what the Air Force has now confirmed about this incredible machine that changes everything we thought we knew about the program. In official documentation, they've revealed that the SR-72 isn't just faster than its predecessor, it's a completely revolutionary platform. While the SR-71 Blackbird was limited to reconnaissance missions at Mach 3.2, the Air Force has disclosed that the Darkstar is designed as an unmanned platform capable of both intelligence gathering and precision strikes at speeds exceeding Mach 6. The performance specifications that Air Force officials have released are mind-blowing. We're talking about an aircraft measuring over 100 feet long that operates at altitudes exceeding 80,000 feet, with a range of more than 3,000 miles. At Mach 6, that's over 4,600 miles per hour. Air Force planners have confirmed this aircraft could reach any target in Europe or Asia from the continental United States in approximately 90 minutes. Air Force leadership has been remarkably candid about why this speed capability matters so much in today's threat environment. In official briefings, they've acknowledged that modern air defense systems are becoming increasingly capable of detecting and engaging traditional stealth platforms. Russia's S-500 system and China's advanced radar networks represent exactly the kind of threats the Air Force says the SR-72 is designed to counter. The Air Force's strategic thinking here is brilliant, and they've explained it in official documents. Instead of trying to hide from these advanced sensors, the SR-72 simply moves too fast for them to respond effectively. Air Force officials have specifically cited the proven track record of speed over stealth, pointing to the SR-71's perfect operational record during the Cold War. According to Air Force historical records, Soviet forces launched over 4,000 missiles at SR-71 Blackbirds during their operational lifetime and never achieved a single successful hit. The aircraft was simply too fast and flew too high for existing weapon systems to engage. Air Force planners have stated that the SR-72 takes this proven concept and doubles down on it with even more extreme performance. But here's where the Air Force's recent revelations become truly concerning for every American who cares about our military superiority. In official budget documents and program reports, they've finally disclosed the real challenges holding back this critical capability. The engineering problems the Air Force has described would challenge any nation's technical capabilities. Take the propulsion system requirements they've outlined in technical specifications. The Air Force has confirmed that regular jet engines work effectively up to about Mach 2.2, but beyond that speed, completely different technology called scramjets becomes necessary. The problem the Air Force has identified is that scramjets only operate efficiently starting at Mach 4, creating what officials call a propulsion gap between Mach 2.2 and Mach 4. According to Air Force technical documents, Lockheed Martin's solution represents a breakthrough in American aerospace technology. They're developing what the Air Force has officially designated as a turbine-based combined cycle engine, essentially two different propulsion systems integrated into one. Air Force engineers have explained that this system uses a conventional turbofan for takeoff and acceleration to supersonic speeds, then transitions to a scramjet for hypersonic flight phases. The Air Force has been surprisingly open about the complexity of this challenge. Official technical reports describe how the air intake system must feed both engines with completely different airflow requirements. A turbofan requires smooth, controlled air delivery, while a scramjet needs air moving fast enough to create intentional shock waves for compression. Air Force officials have compared this to designing a single system that can handle both gentle streams and raging torrents simultaneously. NASA's involvement came at the Air Force's specific request, and they've documented the collaboration extensively. In 2014, NASA awarded Lockheed Martin nearly $900,000 to study the feasibility of the Air Force's propulsion requirements. The results, according to official NASA reports, confirmed that speeds up to Mach 7 could be achieved with the right combination of technologies. The Air Force then brought Aerojet Rocketdyne into the program, creating what officials describe as the most advanced propulsion development effort in American history. But the Air Force has also been brutally honest about the thermal management challenges they face. In official technical documentation, they've revealed that flying at Mach 6 generates surface temperatures exceeding 1,000 degrees Celsius, heat levels that would instantly destroy conventional aircraft materials. Air Force materials scientists have had to develop advanced composites like carbon-carbon matrices and ceramic compounds, technologies the military describes as essential for any hypersonic platform. The Air Force has explained that these aren't simply heat-resistant materials. They're engineered to expand and contract without structural failure as the aircraft heats and cools during flight operations. Military engineers have stated that getting these calculations wrong would result in the aircraft literally tearing itself apart from thermal stress, with tolerances measured in thousandths of an inch. What makes the Air Force's recent disclosures even more significant is their admission that these technological developments extend far beyond just one aircraft program. Military officials have confirmed that the thermal management and propulsion solutions being developed for the SR-72 will benefit every future hypersonic project in the American arsenal. But despite all this incredible progress that the Air Force has documented, despite breakthrough after breakthrough in materials science and propulsion technology, despite having America's best aerospace companies working around the clock, the most recent Air Force revelations expose a problem that threatens to derail everything. The biggest revelation from Air Force budget documents isn't technical. It's not about materials science. It's not even about the physics of hypersonic flight. According to official financial reports and program documentation, the biggest problem holding back America's most advanced aircraft is something much simpler and infinitely more frustrating: inadequate funding commitment. The Air Force has been forced to acknowledge publicly that Lockheed Martin has absorbed massive losses keeping this program alive. According to corporate filings that the Air Force has confirmed, Lockheed Martin has reported over $335 million in losses since 2022 related to what the company describes as a classified aeronautics program. Industry experts and Air Force officials have confirmed this refers to the SR-72 development effort. In the second quarter of 2024 alone, Air Force program documentation shows that Lockheed Martin absorbed another $45 million cost overrun just to maintain development momentum. These numbers, according to Air Force officials, represent a company betting its own resources on America's military future while waiting for full government funding commitment. The Air Force has been remarkably candid about the funding situation in recent congressional testimony and budget requests. While preliminary discussions between Air Force leadership and defense contractors have occurred, military officials have confirmed that the program still lacks the comprehensive financial backing needed to build and test operational prototypes. Air Force leadership has also been unusually direct about the strategic implications of this funding shortfall. In official statements, they've acknowledged that delays in American hypersonic development give strategic competitors crucial time to advance their own programs. The Air Force has specifically cited China and Russia as nations making significant progress in hypersonic technology, while America struggles with budget constraints. According to Air Force intelligence assessments, Russia claims operational hypersonic weapons like the Kinzhal missile, which they've deployed in combat operations. Air Force officials have confirmed that China has been testing hypersonic glide vehicles that could potentially threaten American military assets throughout the Pacific region. Both nations, according to Air Force strategic analysis, view hypersonic technology as a method to neutralize traditional American military advantages. The Air Force has also acknowledged that current political pressures to reduce federal spending create additional challenges for programs requiring massive upfront investments. Military officials have stated in congressional hearings that programs like the SR-72, which need sustained funding over multiple years, become vulnerable to budget cuts from lawmakers who may not fully understand the strategic implications. Air Force leadership has been emphatic that this represents exactly the wrong approach at exactly the wrong time. In official strategic documents, they've outlined how threats to American forces are evolving faster than ever before. Enemy air defense systems are advancing rapidly, and the Air Force has stated clearly that the window for maintaining American air superiority is narrowing with each passing month. The Air Force has consistently pointed to the SR-71's operational record as proof that speed remains a decisive factor in contested airspace. According to military historical records, that magnificent aircraft flew reconnaissance missions over the most heavily defended targets on Earth during the Cold War. Soviet air defenses deployed everything available against those missions: advanced interceptor aircraft, sophisticated surface-to-air missiles, and electronic warfare systems designed specifically to counter American technology. Air Force officials have documented the results extensively. Not a single SR-71 was ever lost to enemy action. The aircraft was simply too fast and operated at altitudes too high for existing weapons to engage effectively. When threats appeared, according to Air Force operational procedures, pilots would accelerate away from danger. Air Force records show this tactic worked successfully every single time. But Air Force intelligence assessments reveal that today's threats are orders of magnitude more sophisticated than anything the Soviets fielded during the Cold War. Modern air defense networks use advanced radar systems, hypersonic interceptor missiles, and distributed sensor networks that can track multiple high-speed targets simultaneously, according to Air Force threat analysis. This is precisely why Air Force officials have emphasized the SR-72's Mach 6 capability as absolutely crucial for future operations. Military planners have explained that even the most advanced air defense systems require time to detect, track, classify, and engage incoming threats. At hypersonic speeds, according to Air Force operational analysis, that decision-making timeline compresses to mere seconds, allowing the SR-72 to complete missions and begin egress before enemy systems can respond effectively. The Air Force has also been surprisingly open about turning potential vulnerabilities into advantages. While the thermal signature of a Mach 6 aircraft makes it visible to infrared sensors, Air Force electronic warfare specialists have confirmed they're developing countermeasures that use the aircraft's heat output to confuse and overwhelm enemy tracking systems. According to Air Force weapons integration studies, deploying payloads at hypersonic speeds creates extreme aerodynamic challenges, but military engineers have confirmed this is absolutely achievable. The Air Force has pointed to historical precedent with the YF-12, a weaponized SR-71 variant that successfully fired air-to-air missiles at Mach 3 speeds. Modern computational tools and advanced materials, according to Air Force technical assessments, make weapons deployment at Mach 6 more feasible than ever before. But Air Force officials have been clear that none of these technical achievements matter without adequate program funding. The current situation, according to military leadership, puts American aerospace companies in an impossible position where even giants like Lockheed Martin cannot absorb hundreds of millions in losses indefinitely. The Air Force has also acknowledged that funding shortfalls create consequences, extending far beyond just one aircraft program. When America fails to fully fund cutting-edge military technology development, according to Air Force strategic planning documents, we lose technological leadership, advanced manufacturing capabilities, and the deterrent effect that comes from adversaries knowing we possess unmatched capabilities. Recent Air Force statements suggest the program may be closer to success than public information indicates. Military officials have confirmed unusual aircraft activity at test facilities. And while they won't provide specifics, the Air Force has acknowledged that development work continues despite funding challenges. Air Force leadership has been emphatic about the strategic implications of successfully fielding the SR-72. According to military planning documents, this platform would give American forces the ability to gather intelligence and potentially strike high-value targets anywhere on Earth within hours of receiving orders. The Air Force has stated this capability would fundamentally transform military operations, allowing rapid response from secure bases within the continental United States rather than positioning forces near potential trouble spots. For American allies, according to Air Force diplomatic assessments, knowing that the United States possesses this capability would provide crucial reassurance about rapid assistance when needed. For potential adversaries, Air Force officials have confirmed operational SR-72s would create significant uncertainty about their ability to conduct military operations without being observed and potentially targeted. The Air Force has also acknowledged that SR-72 technology development promises significant civilian applications. Military officials have confirmed that advances in materials science, propulsion technology, and thermal management have potential uses ranging from commercial aviation to space exploration to energy production. The current funding crisis, according to Air Force leadership, demands immediate action from both military and political leadership. Air Force officials have testified that the SR-72 program needs sustained financial commitment, realistic development timelines, and protection from budget uncertainty that has plagued advanced military programs for years. Air Force leadership has been unequivocal that American military personnel deserve the best technology our nation can provide. Military officials have stated repeatedly that the brave men and women who risk their lives in service shouldn't be forced to operate with inferior equipment, while adversaries field increasingly capable systems designed specifically to counter American advantages. The Air Force has laid their cards on the table. Through official documents, budget reports, and strategic assessments, they've revealed that the SR-72 Darkstar represents both America's greatest aerospace achievement and our most critical funding challenge. The technology works, the need is urgent, but the financial commitment remains incomplete. What happens next will determine whether America leads the hypersonic age or watches from behind as our competitors take the skies. If you want to stay informed about America's most advanced military technologies, hit that like button and subscribe for more exclusive content about the innovations protecting our nation.